Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 2019 MS in Community Nutrition Virtual Information Session. Tonight we'll be covering Westchester University, the College of Health Sciences, and specifically the Department of Nutrition. Joining us for the MS in Community Nutrition is the Graduate Coordinator, Dr. Marybeth Gilboy, as well as Dr. Amir Golmahamadi, and we also have a student joining us, Stephanie Sinhorst. Finally, we'll wrap up with the application process. Myself, Evan Daney, the Assistant Director of Graduate Enrollment for the College of Health Sciences, and then we'll cover some student resources and have a question and answer session at the end. If you have any questions, please save them at the end and we'll use the chat function. Westchester University is a public university founded in 1871. It's the largest of 14 schools in the PASHE system. We offer over 80 master's, doctoral, and certificate programs. And year after year, Westchester Graduate School is recognized as a regional top university and a top Best Buy. This past fall, we surpassed 3,000 graduate students as a celebration of 60 years of graduate education. All of our programs are accredited by over 24 independent accreditation boards, and each year we offer over 400 graduate assistantships. Specific to the nutrition program, it is housed within the College of Health Sciences. Also housed in the College of Health Sciences is the Department of Kinesiology, Sports Medicine, Health, Communicative Sciences and Disorders, and Nursing. Now I'd like to pass it off to Dr. Marybeth Gilboy.
What we're here to talk about this evening is our graduate program. So we have an MS in Community Nutrition. We also have a branch of that as an MS Community Nutrition Accelerated Program for undergraduate seniors here at Westchester University. We've recently started our MS Community Nutrition along with the dietetic internship. And finally, another program we just started was a postmaster's dietetic internship certificate program. Okay, our Department of Nutrition, as you can see, we have about 400 undergraduates in the 3 concentration areas. And our master's program, which has grown quite a bit since 2015, we have more than 70 graduate students, which includes our accelerated MSCN and our MSCN students as well. We also, just to tell you a little bit about our faculty, we have 13 doctoral prepared faculty members. 7 of us teach graduate courses, along with some of the internship rotation courses. So we do have many of our faculty are involved in our graduate program, teaching and working with our grad students. Now, our program, as you probably know, is 100% online. So people can be in a variety of different places and participate in our program. This is an evidence-based nutrition program, and we promote nutrition, health promotion, and disease prevention in communities with vulnerable populations. The 100% online program is 33 credits, and the culminating course is a capstone course, which I'll mention a little bit later. We are a distance education program, so this is convenient for people who have busy schedules and who live at a distance. We focus in our online courses in interactive learning. We stress student-to-student interaction along with faculty-to-student interaction. We also have a very good support from our distance education department, helping students who may have questions about technology, and they're there to help serve us. So a little bit more about our program. Again, we are research focused. This is for students who are seeking an advanced nutrition degree with our focus on community nutrition. Our program is designed for registered dietitian nutritionists, graduates of didactic programs in dietetics, graduates of other nutrition programs, and also health professionals such as BSN, DDS, or MDs. We have had a few school nurses in our program, along with some other medical professionals. So our two major goals of this program are to increase students' knowledge and application of nutrition assessment, program planning, and implementation. We also stress evaluation of community-based nutrition services. Our second goal is to prepare our graduates to promote nutritional health and disease prevention. And again, we do have a focus on vulnerable populations in our coursework. Here's an example of a 2-year full-time curriculum guide. Now, I want to say before we take a look at that you can certainly take this program as a part-time student. We often have a student starting maybe with one course if they're working full-time and they just take it slowly, which is absolutely fine. Some people do the full-time, so we'll just take a glance at that. A full-time graduate course load is 9 credits. So you'll see 9 credits for 3 of the semesters that we're looking at on the slide. And these courses include 9 credits of nutrition sciences, 18 credits in applied nutrition courses. We have a 3-credit research techniques that we're going to hear about tonight from Dr. Amir. And in addition, we have a 3-credit capstone course. So if you're going full-time in the MSCN, you can do this in 3 semesters, plus the last semester would be your capstone course project. In addition to the courses I mentioned, you also have an opportunity to take one elective. And I've just put here some examples of the electives you would have to choose from. So we have nutrition education K through 12, for example. Our nutrition workshops are courses that would be, right now we had one last summer on food insecurity. You have an opportunity to take courses in the health department such as epidemiology or program planning and evaluation. In addition, we have a few study abroad options, one that runs in May and one that runs in our winter term. So that's an opportunity as well. If students find other graduate courses that they would be interested in as an elective, they would bring that to me as the graduate coordinator for my review. Now, I mentioned that our culminating course is a nutrition capstone. Students must complete all other coursework prior to enrolling in this course. This course is designed to help students synthesize, integrate, and apply the knowledge that they have had throughout the program. And they take that knowledge, write a research question and a peer-reviewed journal formatted paper, which is the major part of their capstone, and conduct a professional presentation of their findings. And this presentation is certainly online as well. I'm now going to turn our program over to I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself here. Just a note for those of you who are interested. We did start a dietetic internship this year. It is a master's degree plus the internship, ranges between 42 and 48 credits. This is a distance education program with all coursework online. Students who have completed their bachelor's degree and have a verification statement and are in our Masters of Science program from the fall semester are eligible for this program. We will be having another session on the internship in November, and we'll give you more specifics on that during the chat section. Okay, now here we go. I'd like to introduce Dr. Amir to you, who teaches nutrition research techniques here at Westchester. Amir.
All right, thank you, Dr. Gilboy, and hello, everyone. So what I'm going to do within the next 3 slides, I'm going to give you an overview of what NTD 517 is and what is your take-home product and what are the assignments that are involved in this course. So just kind of an overview of the course. So nutrition research techniques at the graduate level is an extension of the nutrition research course that you might have taken in your undergraduate, but we assume that you do not take any research course or you have forgotten about that. So part of that is just covering the nutrition research process, the background of that. And for example, we will look at the very basic information about the facts, hypothesis, and development of that. And then I will move the course toward the research designs, and you will learn about the quantitative, qualitative, and epidemiological research designs, and know about the structure of good survey research design. And you will learn about the internal validity and external validity. So that will help you to understand the nutrition research publications and reports that you read later on in this course and in other courses, and especially in your capstone course. And part of the course also is focusing on statistical procedures that are used in nutrition. So applications of biostatistics in nutrition. So all of these activities are geared toward the systematic literature review and scientific literature review. That is the focus of this program, this course, and also your capstone course. So this course is one of the core courses that will help you to develop your skills for your final capstone course. If I can have the next slide so I can just talk about the next information, Evan. Okay, and so during this course, you are learning about how you can develop a research topic and focus, and by just looking at the facts that you see in your in the community, in your work and job place. And so you will learn about that. So this is going to be one of the learning outcomes of this course. One of the requirements of this course is completing a city training that will be used for developing an institutional review board. So you will obtain that certificate, and you're exposed to a mock IRB application, and you will develop that. You will have a project on applications of biostatistics on a community-based mock nutrition research. So you will learn how use an already collected data to analyze the data and just make conclusion off of that. And during this process, like constantly, you need to use the databases like EBSCO, Web of Science, to search for nutrition research articles and obtaining the information. And finally, you are going to use all of these skills to do like a small evidence-based analysis and systematic literature review by the end of the course. So all of these activities and take-home products and outcomes are covered into some main assignments that we have in the next slide. So can you just, so the main assignments are city training and IRB application. So you will learn the ethical aspects of research and just use that certificate to develop that mock IRB. I use discussion boards to improve the interactions and learning from your peers I will just use some of the topics for the discussion boards, but you will find the discussion boards very helpful. You will have 3 examinations in this course, and those 3 examinations will cover the basic informations and the main aspects of the research and the research designs. And you have 3 main assignments. So I have put 2 plus 1 because the first 2 are just one is developing your research question. That is a step-by-step assignment that will help you to develop your systematic literature review and evidence-based nutrition research question. And based on that, you will complete this one final project, which is based on the 5 to 10 articles, and you will follow the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics guideline for evidence-based analysis of articles, which is like a specialized form of systematic literature review to develop that, to create a report. And the other one major assignment is that's a statistical analysis project that you have for mainly like week of the November. So you have 1 month dedicated to that one project. So you will learn the different aspects of biostatistics in nutrition with one large project, and you will have a hands-on experience with that. So currently the textbook that I'm using is one of the best textbooks that I've found on the just currently available in the market. This textbook is very good for an advanced nutrition course, and it has a lot of good examples and information that you can benefit from that. Thank you.
Thank you, Amir. We're now going to introduce you to Stephanie Sinhorst, who is our MSCN student. Steph?
Yes. Well, hi, everyone. So like she said, my name's Stephanie Sinhorst. I'm currently a registered dietitian. I'm originally from Lincoln, Nebraska, and then I went ahead and did my undergraduate degree from Northwest Missouri State University in dietetics. And then from there, I did my dietetic internship at the University of Nebraska Medical Center. And then after that, so I played tennis in college. So that's kind of where my sports nutrition interest started. After I completed my dietetic internship, I then started working at the University of Nebraska in Lincoln as a sports nutrition intern. So I worked there for about a year in a Division I setting, and I learned that that's the route that I wanted to go in my career. So after that, I learned that I needed to get a master's in order to get a position like that. So I started to look for graduate assistant positions, and there were about 5 available in the country that were specific to sports nutrition, Westchester being one of them. So once I interviewed with Dr. Karpinski, I really meshed with her really well, and I knew she would be a great mentor for me. So that's when I accepted that position, and then I've been here since last August. So I'm the first ever full-time sports nutrition graduate assistant here at Westchester University. So go to the next slide. So a little bit about my grad assistant position. So the main point of my position is to fuel the athletes. So the main point of that will be the fuel station. So we basically feed athletes pre and post practice just to make sure they're getting enough fuel before and after to meet their needs. We also offer one-on-one consultation. So if an athlete has an issue, if they have specific goals, if a coach is concerned about them, we meet with them one-on-one. Also do team talks to most of the teams on campus based on whatever they want us to talk about. Also, we do food demos. So like next week, we're doing a dinner demo with the athletes, and we're making healthy quesadillas. So that'll be fun. And then we also do grocery store tours. I also manage all of the inventory. So I do weekly inventory, and then I also do all of the shopping and managing of all of that. I also do the social media, so I run our Instagram and Facebook accounts for the sports nutrition department. And then lastly, I do help with the body composition measurements using the BOD pod. We'll go to the next slide. So the MSCN degree will help me achieve my career goals. So that's basically because I need a master's degree and I need my sports nutrition experience. So this is a perfect combination of those two in order for me to get a position at a collegiate level as a sports RD. So this also works perfectly with my unorthodox schedule. So when you work with athletes, you basically have to cater to when they're practicing, when they're lifting, and that's going to be early mornings, afternoons, and evenings. So I either have a combination of those shifts or all of those shifts in my days. So it's really nice. I can just take my computer with me, do my assignments in between shifts or readings, or just at home before or after my shifts. So it's really convenient for that aspect. I also really enjoy each class. Each teacher is a little bit different, but for the most part, there will be weekly assignments, and it's nice because most teachers offer the next week in about a week advance, so you have an opportunity to work ahead if you'd like. So I find on my easier weeks, I do try to work ahead to then give me some leeway on the times when I don't have as much time to do my assignments. So I would encourage you to do the same if you have that opportunity. And then finally, the final projects are really great because they encompass the whole class, but most of them allow you to tailor them to your interests. So a lot of my final projects, I've incorporated sports nutrition and what I'm doing at Westchester, along with what I'm learning in the class, to kind of combine the two. And that really helps just motivate me to do the project. So that's kind of just an overview of what I do and how the program helps me and how it'll help me with my career. So if you have any questions, just let me know at the very end when we have questions.
Thank you, Stephanie. So again, my name is Evan Daney. I'm the Assistant Director of Graduate Enrollment for the College of Health Sciences. My job will be to help you through the application process and then any issues that arise during your graduate education. I can help either answer them for you, give you the resources you need, or at least triage them to the appropriate people all across campus. In my portion of the presentation tonight, I'd like to lead with this chart that simply represents a lot of that we already know, and that is the higher your education level directly correlates with lower unemployment rates and, generally speaking, higher wages. So when you look at an ROI of a graduate degree specific to RDNs, an RDN with a master's degree will earn over 10 grand more than an RDN with 5 years experience and no master's degree. When it comes to financing your education, graduate students at Westchester, including online students, have the full-fledged support of our financial aid department. That includes the scholarships, grants, FAFSA process, and other tips and tricks that they can offer. And then they also offer an employer reimbursement program, which is kind of unique, and it's been around for a little over a year now, and we've seen a lot of success with our working students who might have a stipend or support from their employer to cover some of their graduate degree. Traditionally, if you're in a situation like this, the student is responsible for paying 100% of the tuition and fees up front, and then pending a good grade in the semester, the employer will reimburse for the tuition and fees that the student has paid out of pocket. With this program, it defers the employer's contribution until the end without interest, and then the employer pays Westchester directly, and there isn't that upfront cost that's put on the student. So we find it's a really nice opportunity to cut a student some slack, essentially, given all the hard work that they're taking on with a graduate degree. Lastly, we have graduate assistantships. As I mentioned earlier, we offered over 400 GA positions last year, and they're an awesome opportunity that Stephanie was highlighting to work in your field, gain real life work experience, and cover your tuition for classes. So the equation generally works out to be for every 5 hours of work a week covers 3 credits, or that's roughly or consistently 1 graduate class tuition per week. Each student is still responsible for the fees associated, but those are minimal when it comes to covering all the tuition. And that doesn't matter if you're in state or out of state, all of your tuition is covered. If you work 15 hours a week and a full credit course load for a graduate student is 9 credits, all of your tuition is covered. And on top of that, it comes with a small stipend. And I'll be honest that the small stipend is not enough to cover rent, but it definitely helps with covering books, those fees, and then just general living expenses. When it comes to applying to the MS in community nutrition, it's pretty straightforward, and I am able to access your application throughout the whole process. So if you have any questions, we can look at it together. It starts with a graduate application, and we'll request copies of your transcripts from every college or university that you previously attended. If you have questions about that, I know some students take classes here or there. I can help point you in the right direction as to which specific transcripts we need. Just feel free to reach out, and my contact information will be at the end of the slideshow. We need a professional goal statement. I always recommend writing them as if they're a cover letter. So you want to start with who you are and where you came from, go into what you want to study, and then wrap up with how that's going to help you achieve your goals. And then 2 letters of recommendation. If possible, if relevant, we ask for an academic reference and a professional reference. Prerequisites for the program include a GPA above a 3.0 in your undergrad education, and a nutrition, applicants must have a nutrition baccalaureate degree from a regionally accredited college or university with Ascend accreditation. And then Dr. Gilboy mentioned that we have a community nutrition blended with a dietetic internship. And if you're interested in that, we would also need a copy of the DPD verification form. Westchester University offers a number of resources for their graduate students, starting with, and this will help with every step of your education, our library, which has access to over 1 million online resources. These can be accessed both in the library and remotely. So as you begin a distance education program, it's really important to know that the resources found in our library are accessible wherever you are in the world. One of the primary resources that we have is JSTOR, which has access to a number of peer-reviewed journal articles that you can use for your research. We also have the Career Development Center, which helps during your graduate education and afterwards. So it's a constant alumni network that you have access to, and you'll learn more about that when you become a full-time student. Essentially, the Career Center has built a internal LinkedIn that connects you with alumni and faculty to strengthen your position in the job market, both through job opportunities and just networking and references. We also have the Graduate Student Association, which is your on-campus representation. And if you have questions or concerns, they can help connect you or be your voice on campus. You're also encouraged to take part, even though you are enrolling in an online program. Online students are 100% Westchester students, and they have every opportunity to participate in the GSA. And then kind of concluding with that, you'll be a member of the Graduate Alumni Chapter, and our Alumni Association is very active and pairs with the Career Development Center to help build our network after graduation.